Hi guys, it's me, Teresa Perrin. Welcome back. Happy Friday, everyone. So today, PSTV had a new filing, which caused it to have a drop after hours. But I want to give you some reassurance because many people took this due to the FUD articles that are spread online. Once again, lovely, I believe it was Benzinga, said that there's an offering. No, guys, in fact, this was an 8K. This was not an offering. An offering officially is done on an S3. Yes, there could potentially be an offering, but guys, not every offering is bad. And I need to explain to you why and what's bullish going into next week with PSTV, because they do have a catalyst that I believe could potentially cause this to have a massive rip to the upside. Plus, the chart is looking extremely bullish at these levels. I'm not going to lie, there is a gap fill down to the bottom that I hope we get on Monday so we can put it past us and rip up to the upside. So without further ado, let's get into it. Please remember, nothing I say is financial advice. Always do your own DD. All right, guys. So today we saw an 8K filed along with an amended prospectus that is just reflecting the 8K. Now, importantly, I want you to know that this was an agreement that they made with Canaccord Genuity LLC, who's going to be an agent should they find a buyer for up to 5 million shares. And guys, right now, this is not an offering, and I highlighted it below. This current report on Form 8K does not constitute an offer to sell or the solicitation of an offer to buy any shares, nor shall there be any offer, solicitation of sale, or any shares in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful to make the offer, solicitation, or sale. Now, guys, recently the company received right here, FDA approval for Respect GBM Phase 2 trial. And I don't know if you guys get this or not, but when you're investing, and I hope that if you're playing PSTV, it's, at least a swing trade / long-term investment, because otherwise this probably isn't a stock that you should be, just playing for a run, unless it's catalyst driven, which we do have coming next week. But guys, that's not something that you hold overnight if that's how you're playing it. If you're playing it as a swing or a long-term hold, that's a different story. And that's the only reason that you should be in this stock at this point, because without that, there's not a catalyst until this week coming, which, hear me out till the end, because I am going to tell you about the catalyst and why it could be a potential run for this week. But guys, you have to know that a company that you're investing in, because I'm going to assume that's why you're watching this, that when they're developing a drug or a therapeutic or something in those regards, and they're in the middle of doing trials, and they're not in their last stage of trials, they're only in phase 2 right now, or they're starting phase 2 right now, they need to raise money. And not all dilution is bad. This is much needed. Now, granted, they just got a huge grant from the state of Texas, which we saw a huge run up earlier in, guys. But if they're going to go on and they're going to do these trials, they cost a lot of money. So when you're investing in, potential drug companies, or any kind of, company in the healthcare sector that's focused on a drug or a treatment or something that's going to help the company, or going to help cancer patients like this company is, let's take, for example, you're going to have to expect that along the way, they're going to have to do share offerings because they need to fund this investment by offering more shares. But guys, the benefit to getting into these companies at these levels is you're getting in super cheap. Years from now, they could either get a massive buyout, right, from a huge drug company, or guys, they could become a huge drug company themselves, or at least for the product that they're developing. So I need you to know that. I need you to understand that. If this is something that you're in, guys, then you need to just put it aside and not worry about things, because yeah, it stinks seeing your portfolio go down a little, but consider it an opportunity to buy more when things like this happen. If you know, I've had this company in my portfolio for a couple of years now, and guys, it's gone down, but I expect it, and I just add more when I can, and that's exactly what I've been doing. This creates an excellent opportunity. Do I think it's going to go down a little bit further to fill the gap? Yeah, I do, and here's why. Oh, and just one more note on that. I do expect to see an offering given the fact that they filed the 8K at some point in the near future. But there's two things. They could find a private company that they're offering these shares to, or an investment firm, or, you know, say a hedge fund that may have sold naked shorts or something like that, guys. And I'm not accusing anybody, but given the price of the stock and the fact it's gone down quite a bit, and I'm going to show you in a few minutes that this is not a short squeeze stock, there may be some naked shorts floating around that perhaps, you know, the company that's trying to get these shares authorized, that just did, is trying to get those covered. All right, so stop sweating it. This is not a play that you sweat the small stuff in, okay? If you believe in this company, you believe in what they're trying to do, then your investment is a long-term investment, not a short-term one. So back to the chart. Check it out. This is a cup and handle, guys. See this? And unfortunately, my cursor does not work on this, and I don't know why. But see, it makes like a cup shape with the handle at the bottom. Now, I want to see that handle go down a little bit lower and fill the gap. And it's hard to see, unfortunately, with all these lines in here. But there's a small gap that occurred around 57 cents, okay? Because it had this massive run up that day. So it's like right in here. So unfortunately, I'd like this to come more down like in form of W almost. Kind of like what it started to do here, but then we have this cup and handle in the middle. Now, it may never do that. It may come straight up. Not every single gap gets filled, but the majority of them do. And since, you know, it's already floating around that 64 cents mark in the after hour, what's another 7 cents to get that off the concerns, you know? Wouldn't kill anything, especially given the catalyst that is coming on Monday, which we're going to get into in a minute. Now, I just want to show you very quickly. So this chart pattern is very bullish, guys, FYI. That's why I'm bringing it to you, because a cup and handle generally means a breakout to the upside, which I expect we're going to get on Wednesday. Now, look at here. The short interest on this play is only 0.26%. So, you know, that's not a bad thing. That's a really, really good thing. That means that they're done shorting this. The shorts have been covered, primarily most of them, right? And now the stock is ready to go long. Guys, there's been a lot of bullish catalysts on PSTV. I am extremely happy that we're down to the bottom, and I think we're going to have a big run up soon. And going back to the chart for 1 second, check this out. This day it ran like 177%. It was like up to, God, I think it was like $1.50, $1.60, something like that in the after hours. It was nuts, guys. You can look back on my tweets because I did call it out then. Now, going back to this, 60% was short dark pool volume today. Short volume in the dark pool. So, I don't get it because the short interest is that low. Why? It's probably retail who's shorting it. I hate to say it, but that'd be my guess. Now, the short share availability, there's 900,000 shares available to borrow at an interest rate of 64.79%. Guys, that's high interest, so you'd have to be a fool with these little cheap prices to be shorting it right now, in my opinion. In fact, I think that this wasn't updated on the front page because it looks like the 60% dark pool was yesterday, and today was only 34.62% of short volume. That's the short volume ratio, guys. And the average is usually in like the high 40s, low 50s, as you can see from the last 10 days of trading. Now, another interesting fact. There's very few failure to delivers, guys. I mean, 9, 12, come on. It's nothing. Some days there's none at all. So essentially they have the shares, they're able to cover them, they're not delivering them. This is a stock that's ready to continue its move upwards. You can see it already hit its bottom, which I believe was around 39 cents. And it's been going back to the upside minus this little setback. Not worried about it, not one bit. Like I said, I'd actually like to see it go down to 57 cents. And if it does, I will be adding there. But I do believe come Wednesday, we have a catalyst. And this was announced, I believe yesterday. Plus Therapeutics is going to present in person at the H.C. Wainwright 24th Annual Global Investment Conference. Plus Therapeutics, PSTV, a clinical stage pharmaceutical company developing innovative, targeted radiotherapeutics for rare and difficult to treat cancers, announced today that Mark Hedrick, MD, President and CEO, will present in person at the H.C. Wainwright 24th Annual Global Investment Conference on Wednesday, September 14th at 2 p.m. and host investor meetings. Now, guys, I believe that's why this amended prospectus in 8K was filed, because should they have a donor here, then great. Of course they want to do offerings and raise some money. They can raise up to $5 million right now. And I believe it will be, an at the market offering or somewhere around there. But we'll have to wait and see if they do indeed do it. And guys, if it's a private placement offering, then those aren't shares that affect the free float at all. So we don't know. And it's, people sell off without understanding what it is that they're selling for, or understanding the fact that some dilution is actually good dilution and leads to the company ripping. And if you don't believe me, go back and look at Drug and go find my profile on Webull. It's under just Teresa or Teresa P. Okay. And you will clearly see me state the morning that everyone started selling off, and I said opportunity to buy the dip and to run this up, because not all dilution is bad dilution. And sure enough, I was right, and Drug ripped to the upside. So go back and find it if you don't believe me. If you have doubts, there's reasons why drug companies, especially developmental stage drug companies, need to raise money. And if you're investing in them, you need to understand that. If you're playing this for just a run and you're still in this, then you had no business playing that run to begin with, because your trade lost and you held. So, guys, that's something else that we can talk about in a whole separate video, because you need to figure out what exactly, when you buy something, your plan is. And I think I will do a video on that this weekend, because I think there's a lot of people out there very lost and very confused, and I want to try to help you. All right. Thank you so much for watching. If you learned anything or you like what I said, please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate it, and love to hear your comments and thoughts on PSTV below. Have a great night, everyone. Enjoy your weekend.